everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie and today we are back with another Dun Mukbang. Woo! I feel like my voice is worse than ever. Guys, it's yellow dusty up in South Korea, so I sound kind of hot. I'm kind of into it. I hope it stays. I mean, it is straining my throat. It's like cheese grater inside of my throat, but for your ears and your enjoyment and all of the dust polluting my lungs right now. So with that being said, we have a delicious spread of Korean market street food, which is insane. If you guys watched the vlog, you guys watched us collect every single one of these. It was an absolute show. There were so many people, so many different stalls, so many different vendors, but here we have some sort of like giant sweet meatballs inside of a cheesy dip. We've got this, which is a kimchi dumpling that's been super fried. We've got this from a very famous cafe called Nodded. It's a cream strawberry donut. Oof. We've got these little bungeopbangs. We have an egg wrapped sushi roll. These are giant balls of, I don't even know. Balls of steel, man. These are the Dunkin' Donuts in South Korea. Is this not the cutest strawberry cream cheese donut? There's also a Biscoff one. We've got a cheese chumakbap. We've got an anime looking chicken. This looks like you would see it on an anime, no? We've got the cutest little bear, the bear cake. We've got more bungeopbang filled with delicious like cream cheese, more balls, more sweet donuts, and I have a shike. If you don't know what a shike is, this is a rice drink.
Shike.
Bro, they do it different here. So with that being said, how is the shike? It's so good, right? So refreshing. We're going home in a few days, and it's kind of bittersweet. On one hand, I'm excited to sleep in my own bed, to see the dogs, but on the other hand, I've actually had so much fun in Korea, I don't think I want to leave. We even talked about extending our trip, but I was like, no. I actually have to go home and film a pod or two, okay? Like, I gotta go back home. I feel like I could stay at least 2 more weeks, maybe even a month. Next time, I'm gonna plan for longer. And one thing I'm gonna miss a lot is the food. The food here is so good. But at least I have HelloFresh. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm excited to leave all this food in Korea and go home and eat HelloFresh, but HelloFresh does help me get excited about food back at home. They always have new recipes to test out, and I love being able to see the food come together because I'm telling you, the amount of food comas that I've been having here have been astronomical and probably not okay. Like, I should probably go to a doctor. But it's just really nice to be able to see everything that goes into your food, just being able to eat a hot meal, get it on the table, a home-cooked hot meal, in 30 minutes or less is so nice. Like, yes, I'm gonna miss this food, but I also miss home cooking. And HelloFresh's stuff is just so good. I mean, like, they have one pot Santa Fe pork tacos. It's super easy cleanup, quick and easy. They also have dishes like veggie-friendly sweet potato and pepper quesadilla. You can get those dishes ready in like 15 minutes or less. You have 40 weekly recipes to choose from and over 100 seasonal convenience items to choose from every single week. There's just so much variety and options for everyone and everybody's lifestyles. And if you're not a chef like my fiance likes to think he is, because he genuinely thinks that he's Gordon Ramsay anytime we have HelloFresh. Even Dan has mastered HelloFresh recipes. The recipes come pre-portioned, they're super easy to prep. Like, literally just a few steps, you can get breakfast, lunch, dinner, even snack options. They even have options for if you're hosting parties, and the recipes are always packed with seasonal ingredients, and they're like picked at peak ripeness for quality, and you can taste the difference. HelloFresh takes the hassle out of mealtime by delivering pre-portioned ingredients and easy to prepare recipes right to your door. Skip the long checkouts. Get outside. Go explore. And just know that HelloFresh has got you covered. Also, April is Earth Month, and HelloFresh meals are like 31% lower carbon footprint than the same meals made from the supermarket, so you're doing the Earth a favor. So make sure to go to HelloFresh.com and use code BIS50 for 50% off, plus your first box ships free. That's HelloFresh.com and use code BIS50 for 50% off, plus your first box ships free. Thank you, HelloFresh, for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into it. Let's do this. I'm gonna go in for the cake. That's the one I was most excited. I just decapitated it.
What is this? Like a cake?
Let me see.
Did you kill the bear? Can we see the bear now?
It's like a moose.
It's a moose.
It's so good. Wow. Little bungeopbangs.
Ooh, it's so good. It has fillings inside, like fruit.
This one's just red beans.
So there's different stuff inside.
I
This
think
one.
these ones are the fun ones. They're like the cream cheese ones. Let me start
What is
ripping them apart.
this? You wanna try that? Wow. That was so good.
But I want something different, like the cream cheese one. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, let's try it. This one feels very flaky.
So we brought everything from
The 신세계 market.
the
food
underground market.
신세계 백화점. Wow. Okay, first of all, why is there a claw here, okay? It's a crab fish cake. The inside, I don't know if it's potentially cheese, but it's moist and it's more flavorful than regular fish cakes that you get frozen at the market.
So what happens if I just pull this crab out? I want to see. Oh. Here, you eat the crab leg.
This is a shrimp tempura wrapped in beef. It's good. This looks like your regular schmegular donut, eh? It's tomato and curry. It's not a donut. It's a savory dish. With that being said, I'm gonna get into today's Reddit stories because I have so many. These are like Reddit confessions and these people are nasty. They're crazy. I'm losing my mind.
It looks like mac and cheese.
Kind of mac and cheesy, but not that 느끼해. Even though it looks incredibly 느끼해. It's almost oniony, like an onion.
That's really yummy.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, guys.
Wow, kind of good. Hey, this croquette, kind of good.
Everything's so good.
Yeah.
This market, low-key, is better than the street food vendor we had. Because everything feels like, it's not like street food. It's like really well done.
Sometimes the street food market, some of the stalls tasted like they were aiming to make touristy money. And a good sign was we saw a lot of locals. Not a lot of foreigners, a lot of locals here. And they were just all like getting off their work, buying some food,
So
heading
good.
home. Should I even read these titles? Because they're insane. My boyfriend told me he microwaved my birth control after I found out I was pregnant.
What does that even mean?
Me and my boyfriend have been dating for about a year. A couple months back, he told me about how he wanted to start a family and get married now. I told him, I'm not ready yet, okay? It's only been a year that we've been dating, and I've been on birth control this whole time, and I've never had problems with it. I take my birth control every single day. I have never missed a pill. Me and my boyfriend have unprotected sex all the time, and I've never gotten pregnant.
You're not a meatball type of girl, huh? Oh, yeah.
Thank you for feeding me your meatball, but it's a little, like, really bally.
Oh, man, this is good.
Really?
Oh, yeah, this is good.
So they've been having sex and they haven't gotten pregnant. So for it to fail this time was very weird. Before I found out I had been having symptoms for almost a week, maybe almost 2 weeks. I had cramps, vomiting, nausea, fatigue, body aches. All together, I just wasn't feeling well. So my boyfriend was like, I think you're pregnant. And I shut him down immediately because I know that I've been taking my birth control every single day. So eventually, I go to the doctor with my boyfriend and they tell me that I'm pregnant. Which I wasn't very happy about it. To be honest, it felt like the end of the freaking world. My boyfriend, on the other hand, was like, I knew it. I told you so. This and that and this and that. So he jokingly says, oh, I didn't think it would actually work. And I'm
What
like,
the
wait. And he tells me how he had put my birth control in the microwave. Then he said he was just kidding and not being serious about it. I told him, could you just be serious? Like, stop playing around. And he admitted to messing with my birth control. And now, I don't know what to do. I don't know if he's being serious or if he's not, and I'm just so confused.
How would you feel if I did that?
I would immediately, like, disintegration of all trust.
Yeah, what kind of violation is that?
Yeah, and, like, that's not even smart because why would you want to start a family with someone, like a mother that's not ready to be a mother?
You just basically violated someone's rights or their body.
And none of this is smart. Okay, so for example, I mean, just the psychological aspect of microwaving someone's birth control is so twisted and fucked up. I can't even think that someone would actually do that.
Yeah.
But second of all, you're a father because if you're trying to be a dad and that's how you're trying to be a dad, you're a bad dad. So selfish, it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
So there's actually an update to this. She said, update, I'm 27 and my boyfriend is 30, going on 31 soon. Oh my god, this is literal same age as us.
So it's not even like a little kid.
Yeah. No, if
Wow.
you did this, I would probably break up with you, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Because how do you come back from that?
And he's pretty nonchalant about it too, right?
Yeah, and then the fact that he waited until she was pregnant to be like, oh, I messed with your birth control. Like, maybe he thought that she'd be happy. It's weird. What are you thinking? Like, why would you even... I think it's weird that he told her. Because she feels like it's the end of the world. And he's like, hee hee, I did that. Like, does he think that women just are so excited immediately? They're like, oh my god, a baby in my belly.
Yeah, thanks for surprising me with this.
Thanks for this.
What a surprise.
I'm currently not around him. I'm at my friend's house. I'm not sure if I'm too far along to get an abortion. I have an appointment set up already to go. My boyfriend is happy to attend with me, but I'd just rather go alone. My boyfriend also thinks I'm too far along to get an abortion, even though he doesn't even know what he's talking about. As for my birth control, they were in the package and I have a little case that I put them in, which is why I say they looked fine. They didn't seem to have been messed with, which made me doubt if he actually did anything or if it was his lucky day and the birth control stopped working. I'm not sure how I feel about this after I get my ultrasound. Question, does it change anything if he's joking? Like, what if it was just a really bad joke?
What kind of joke is this?
Yeah, it's just a really bad joke.
And I don't think she's in the mental space for a joke.
That's true.
She was obviously distraught, right? When she found out. And he's like, oh, hee hee, here's a joke. So either way, it's f***ed up.
This is weird. There's another update. I'm gonna keep everyone updated. I have the appointment tomorrow. Me and my boyfriend haven't talked much today. I've been staying at a friend's house and I'm here alone since she went out for the night. I'm currently not feeling well and I have severe cramps. I'm not sure if it's pregnancy related or not. Then another update. This is literally like a month ago. Since I said I would give you guys an update, I ended up getting an earlier appointment. I went to the doctor's earlier today and they told me that I was around 12 weeks pregnant. It's very shocking to me because I've been taking birth control this whole time. I just started really getting symptoms recently. I also had an irregular period, but my period has always been that way. I told them about the pain and they told me everything looked good so far. I still don't feel well, but I'm getting through the day. What? Okay, the top comment is, he knew you weren't ready, so he made sure you got pregnant anyway. What is he gonna do next? You just can't trust a guy like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so weird.
It's not even that. It's like he made the decision for her.
Yeah, and he's literally trying to baby trap you. This is creepy. This is a form of rape. Someone said non-consensual impregnating is rape. Even if you don't want to press charges, the kind of person who has no respect for your bodily autonomy and would knowingly force you into doing what they want anyway is not someone you can have a healthy relationship with. Oh, this is crazy. This is creepy. I mean, I just don't understand what his problem is. I would immediately break up with this person. There's no coming back from something like this. And that's so scary. You know what this reminds me of? When people were doing the whole condom thing is, wait, this is a story that we talked about and we didn't know if it's true, how Drake puts hot sauce in his condoms. Yeah. Is this true or is this not true? Please leave it in the comments. I don't know if this is like a fake article that went viral.
What the f*** is this?
There was like a running joke that people would poke needles into condom packages because you can't see like a sewing needle poke. So you wouldn't even know that the condom was altered with. It's creepy out there.
It's confusing stuff, huh?
It's like mashed potato.
It's sweet mashed potato, but covered in breadcrumb and deep fried.
Yeah.
So it's like a dessert.
But it's not a dessert.
But it's not a
doesn't
dessert.
hit like a dessert.
It's not so too sweet.
Yeah. But this kimchi dumpling is pretty banging. So she's 23-year-old female, and her cousin is a 27-year-old female. My cousin told me that she was having sex with my boyfriend, 25-year-old male, but her boyfriend died last year. What's going on? Okay, almost 1 year ago, I lost the man that I considered the love of my life. We were together since I was 19 years old. He died in an accident, and this was just so unexpected. It was tragic, and I went into a depression. He was the man that I wanted to call my husband, to have a family with. Like, there were so many things we wanted to experience together. I just could not deal with it. The pain was so strong. I also went to therapy, and that helped me a lot. It just still hurts a lot, but I'm doing my best to get better. The thing is, though, I have this cousin who I see from time to time, but don't really get along with. She only contacts me when she needs me to help her. She used to have, and still has, a lot of issues. So I used to feel a bit bad about her, and I try to help. I try to help her a bit. 2 days ago, she called me because she wanted to know if I could take care of her kids. She's a single mom of 2. For a few hours, and I told her that I couldn't because I had to study for some exam. She starts getting mad, going on a rant, and told me that I was being a that I was lying, that I didn't have an exam, and all these things. I told her I was done with her and her insults, and I was about to hang up, but that's when she told me, just so you know, I was f***ing your late boyfriend's name for 3 months, and until the day he died. I just couldn't believe it. I was in disbelief. I was completely shocked, but I didn't know if it was true or not. I told her to shut up, that it was all lies, and that she needed to take her medication, and I hung up on her. I started crying. I was in so much shock. I just wasn't ready for it. I know she has some bipolar issues, but I also know for sure she had sex with plenty married and taken men as well in her past. I'm just confused. I just have a hard time believing my boyfriend would have been able to do that. He didn't even like her and she didn't like him either. I don't think she was his type, and he told me she was bringing too much drama. If it's true, I never saw or noticed anything. I can't believe it, but it puts some doubts in my mind. I'm feeling lost and confused now. Is she lying? Did she invent this because she wanted to be mean and hurt me? I just don't know what to think. What?
Damn. Yeah, what do you do?
Okay, I feel like she's lying.
But it's not about that though.
Yes.
It's about casting a doubt in someone, and now it's like, how does she find peace?
Yeah, and now she's probably going through every single conversation that she's had with her boyfriend about her cousin, or every single time that they've met and interacted. I don't know.
So what do you do?
I feel like in that situation, you just have to believe that she's lying.
But can she though?
That's what you have to do, right? Because there's no reason for you to doubt the boyfriend. The boyfriend didn't do anything. She never suspected it. There was nothing weird in his behavior. So it's unfair. If she has a history of doing stuff like this, then it's unfair to accuse the boyfriend, no? Okay, let me see the comments because, okay, wow, this comment is very aggressive. Your boyfriend is dead, so it's not like you can ask him. What? You could ask his friends or go through his phone, but what good will that do to you? Let it go. Tell your cousin that her confession says more about how horrible a person she is, whether it's true or not. So grieve your partner and move on.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously probably easier said than done.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what this reminds me of? There's just so much miscommunication these days. Okay, so we were at our wedding photo shoot. That's what we flew to Korea for. Oh my god, I was going to talk about this in the vlog. And the photographer was like, oh, if you guys have any specific type of inspo or poses that you guys want to do, please show me. And so he grabs my phone. But nobody saw him grab my phone. He grabs my phone, he goes on my Instagram account, and he's trying to look up this studio that I booked it with so that we can go through all the pictures that they've done and all the poses that they've done. But for some reason, I forget who I was following, but they posted this like super scandalous, like half naked photo. And it's the first thing that pops up. And I remember the translator looking at you, looking down at my phone, and going, and looking away. So I'm like, oh my god. They absolutely think like this is the type of guy that's following all these half-naked girls on Instagram, meanwhile at his wedding photo shoot. And I'm like, but then if I sit there and I'm like, oh my god, give me my phone back, it's so much more awkward and weird. Because then it's like, oh, I noticed and then now I'm doing something to cover it up.
Wait, how am I not aware of this? Wait, what happened?
How are you not aware of this?
Wait, what did I do?
So the photographer literally was like, if you have any poses, please let us know. And you go on my Instagram account and you're trying to look up their studio name. And you know how when you click Instagram, it's the homepage, it's the feed. And the first picture is this black and white picture of a girl, I forgot who I'm following who posted this picture. And she's posing and she's not wearing a top and she's covering her breasts like this. And it's super scandalous. Scandalous. And you were sitting down and the translator was standing up. And she looks down because she thinks that you're ready with the picture. And she sees it and I look at her and I look at the phone and she goes and looks away.
God.
And waits for you to, and I'm like, oh. Like she absolutely thinks that this is one of those dudes.
That's horrible.
Yes.
What do I do?
How did you not even notice?
Should I like text her or something?
Yeah, you should text her that picture and be like, okay, so remember this picture I was looking at?
By the way, that's my sister.
That's weird.
Holy shit, that's awkward.
What does this have to do with the story? Nothing. Okay, what I'm trying to say is a lot of things get dragged through the mud and miscommunicated, and I feel like this is one of those things. I feel like your boyfriend is innocent. And even if he isn't, it's about perspective.
Yeah, it's pretty f***ed up for that other one.
Yeah, especially because if it's a lie, then it's extra f***ed up, I think.
Yes.
To make up a lie like that is it's so disgusting.
Pure evil.
Yeah. Because if you're mad, I mean, I just don't imagine that being something that a normal person does when they're mad. First of all, the cousin has no right to be mad. But if you were mad, wouldn't you just say something dumb like, you're ugly, or something stupid? You wouldn't come up with this elaborate, insidious lie that's going to creep in on their life and just make them doubt their loved one that just passed away. Okay, this is really gross. I, male, 26-year-old, really messed up with my girlfriend, 25-year-old female, of almost a year by showing her a sex tape. My girlfriend and I have been together since last summer. Things have been great. Last night we went out and partied and had a bit too much to drink. We took an Uber home and we watched a movie and had a few more drinks. The movie had a scene that prompted us to talk about kinks and positions. After she told me about hers, I told her I'd really like a job in a certain way. I was having a hard time describing it, so I said that I had this video saved that shows it perfectly.
What? Saved where? On your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, like you downloaded it?
No, it's worse. It's in the title. In my stupid drunk state of mind, I thought it was acceptable to show her a video of my ex-girlfriend me in the way that I like.
No!
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? My girlfriend justifiably got mad when she realized it was my ex. It was before we broke up, so it's not like I cheated with my ex-girlfriend.
But why do you save that?
And why do you have it? And why would you show that to her?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even understand the concept of why would you show that to her? But my girlfriend got very mad, and since she couldn't drive home and it was too late to Uber, she told me to get out of the room and leave her alone. I went to sleep on the sofa, and I started to go to sleep when I heard her crying. I tried to talk to her through the door, but she just told me to leave her alone. I feel so terrible. I obviously know that I'm a stupid mother. I regret every moment of it. My girlfriend is an amazing woman and deserves love and respect. A little too late for that. I failed because I was drunk and I didn't think about it in the moment. My guess is nobody wants to see their boyfriend/girlfriend having with an ex or anybody else. How do I apologize to her and explain that I know that I was wrong and I'm stupid and that I love her? She's a great woman and I f***ed up so badly.
Dude, what the? Wow, that's something.
Oh my god, and then there's an update. This update makes it so much worse. Thanks for the advice, guys. I called my girlfriend based on the post here and broke up with her and told her she deserves better.
People told him to break up with her?
No, I guess everyone's just telling him that the girlfriend deserves better. So
Oh.
he writes, I broke up with my girlfriend and told her that she deserves better. She pleaded with me to not end things and that she forgives me. I just couldn't handle the guilt.
I feel like this guy's kind of up.
He's so f***ed up.
But he keeps saying that, I'm sorry, I feel bad, I f***ed up, I was drunk. But it sounds like he's just a f***ed up dude.
Yes, and then the fact that he's like, I broke up with her and told her she deserves better, that's so manipulative. I don't with that, okay? When people are like, I cheated on you, so I'm gonna break up with you because you deserve better. No, you need to get on your knees and beg for forgiveness because you're a sinner. You're disgusting, you're vile, you need to pay for the consequences. You can't just do that. And then you turn the tables. It's like when you tell someone, you criticize your partner for something and they're like, oh, you're right, I'm just a useless piece of human and I'm just gonna go die now. Like, what is going on? That's not what I said. This
Wow. What are people saying?
Oh, him attempting to flip the script and breaking up with her is getting me heated. Heated. He broke up without apologizing and made it about him. Telling everyone, I just couldn't handle the guilt. That's what happens when you do something messed up.
Wow.
Yeah, this is...
But that's, I guess it's good because she truly deserved better, I guess.
I just don't know how being drunk is a good excuse for that. I feel like I could be drunk and know that that's still not acceptable. But I also think it's weird that he kept the video.
He put it up real quick, huh?
Yeah, he was like, I know exactly the one.
Yeah, I know. I don't even need to scroll back.
Yeah, I got the timestamp actually.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Talking about my favorite, here's my favorite.
Yeah. Yes, and then also it's the comparison of the sexual. Yeah, it's like the, oh, this is the way I like it. You don't know how to do it. Let me show you how my ex used to do it. You don't deserve the Gluck Gluck 9000. You deserve jail.
Damn.
Oh, this one's crazy. Do you know what a naked maid is?
Naked maid?
Yes.
M-A-D-E?
No, M-A-I-D.
Oh, naked maid.
So, too long don't read is lecturer, so basically her professor, hired a lingerie-clad maid through an anonymous service.
Wait, one more time. Her professor?
Yeah, hired a lingerie-clad maid. So this is a service where you can hire housekeepers, but they're basically either naked or just wearing lingerie.
You're kidding me.
But you can't touch him.
Is that real?
Yes, I heard it's real.
That's real?
Because I saw a TikTok of a girl who did this. And she was talking about how she pays her security 10% or something like that. So he waits outside in the car and they have like a button that she presses and he'll run inside the car.
Wait, I'm getting even more confused.
Okay,
What's security?
There's a girl on TikTok who does this as a living, right? And so she'll either get fully naked or she'll wear lingerie. And she goes to these men's houses or women's houses and she'll clean the house top to bottom like a regular housekeeper will, but just naked. They're not allowed to touch her.
What?
It's not like, there's no physical contact. So she's just doing it naked while they watch, I guess. But because of the nature of her position, she has to have a security.
Yeah.
So the guy waits outside in the car in the driveway, and she has this button on her, like it's a wristband, I guess. And when she presses it, he comes in and like, I don't know, ra-ta-ta-ta, okay. So she was just talking about it, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's fascinating." That's the only reason I know it exists. It's kind of
Okay.
cool. So her professor hired a lingerie-clad maid through an anonymous service. She works for that said service, and she got sent over to her professor's house, but she didn't do it. She didn't do it. So let's talk about it.
That's so awkward.
She is a female in her early 20s, and he is at least mid-30s. This is like a Wattpad. This is Wattpad.
What's going on?
I work for a cleaning service that offers nude or lingerie-clad maid service. There's no touching, and if boundaries get crossed, then the client is struck from the client list. The client can ask...
It's like a kimbap. It's like a triangle kimbap.
I feel like you would like this chicken.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. You want to take a bite? Did you get it? How is it?
It's very moist. Wow. It's got a crazy smoky flavor.
Is it very good?
It's way better than it looks. Wow.
God.
Smoky. I don't know how they get it to look so
Oh my god.
perfect, but it's got a crazy smokiness.
Yeah, it's like, holy sh. I love this. I die for this underground market. What is it? Underground floor.
신세계 백화점. Okay, the 신세계 Mall in Gangnam underground. They have a food market.
Oh my god.
No, it's really good. It's also near the Kosok terminal, I believe. Anyway, the client can ask for a type. So, for example, they can ask for a specific hair color, race, weight, age, gender, but they can't pick a specific maid. Their maid is assigned by the company. So both client and the maid have the option of using a fake name, and pictures of either party are not provided. Any institutions the clients and maids are linked to, like school or work, are also noted, so something exactly like this doesn't happen. All of this is done for confidentiality. Clients can request after the first session that the same maid comes back, but that's about it. Anyway, I'm explaining this to show that it's impossible for him to have requested me or known it was me beforehand. So it's not like the professor...
What's the purpose of this?
I think it's like a kink. I think people like it. Yeah.
I guess it's like strip club. You just kind of enjoy the show.
I guess it's like a 2-for-1. It's like a strip club, but at least you get to come home to a clean house now.
Ah, so they do clean the house.
They do clean the house.
Oh.
It's not for show. They're not like, Mister, did I miss this spot? I think they really clean the house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which, now that I'm thinking about it, was kind of cool because, like, imagine wiping a window vigorously, just slapping around.
What do you mean kinda sexual, babe?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean kinda sexual? It should be like, oh, it kinda cleans.
It kind of cleans. It kind of cleans. It's kind of clean.
The service, it kinda cleans. This sexual service kinda cleans as well.
Yes. The sexual service kind of cleans.
That is weird. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's kind of cool, though. New job. For him, I meant. Just kidding. So anyway, I get a message from the company saying a nearby and anonymous client had requested a lingerie-clad maid, and I was his type. I went in jeans and a t-shirt with the lingerie underneath so that he didn't see anything. I knocked on the door, and my professor opened it. I realized what had happened and said that the agency typically filters these types of things out. Clearly there was an error, and I can stay and be professional and do my job, obviously, or I can get him another maid. Whichever he chooses, it's fine. Like, we should both just forget about this. He asked for another maid, so I called the office, explained, and then I left. The office says due to computer/human error, no one clocked that we were linked with the same school. I had to go into school a few days ago with some of the classmates, and we ran into him. He was awkward, uncomfortable, he wouldn't look me in the eye, and he refused to even directly address me. We ran into him again later that day, and it was the same thing, if not worse, that time. We also had some classes at the end of the last academic year, so she's saying that at the end of the semester, like at the end of the academic year, she was enrolled in his classes. But the problem with that is that these classes, they have private meetings with him to discuss the studies. So the professor does one-on-ones with the students in his class. These have to be done with him. They're mandatory. They can affect my grade. While I know that I can act professionally, I'm concerned that he can't. It's been several months since this maid incident, and he's still not past it. I'm putting a lot of time and money into this, and if it's And if this is indicative of how he will act for the remainder of this class, I feel like I'm not going to get what I paid for and that my grade is going to suffer. I don't know how to best progress. I can't afford to let my grade come to harm, but talking to him might make things even worse. Any advice? I don't know why he's acting like that. That's not fair.
Yeah, obviously it's not fair.
Yeah. Oh, someone commented that they work in academics, and she said, for the love of God, don't put anything in writing unless you want to get him fired. He's not going to give you a bad class participation grade if he's the one preventing you from participating by ignoring you. As for meetings with him, just meet for your degree the way you would if this never happened. If you treat this professionally, he will eventually too. If you must address it at the end of your meeting while you're leaving, say, hey, I would really appreciate it if you would keep what I do for a living to yourself. Obviously, I'm giving you the same professional courtesy. I would love it if we could pretend that incident never happened. That's interesting. Yeah. I don't think that he's judging her. I think he's just very shy and embarrassed. I don't think he's like, oh my god, she's...
Yeah, because I feel like we read so much of these confessions from your followers. Why do I expect it to go the other way?
Now we're dating and we've got 3 kids.
Yes.
It's been 10 years. Anyway, love you. We want you together. Yes, that's what I'm expecting too. Like a true Wattpad.
Yeah, but instead it's just hella complicated, right?
Now it's just a headache. Now it's not even fun. It's like the K-drama without the K. It's just drama, but not fun, not romantic. I don't know.
That's so interesting.
The service? Yeah, I was intrigued too. I fell down the rabbit hole. I feel like it pays well.
Yeah, what kind of premium do you have to pay for something like this?
Because the girl that I saw on TikTok, she said that she paid her security 10% of her fee. And everyone was shocked. And I imagine 10% is a lot.
Shocked that she paid 10%?
Yeah, but
like that's a lot?
She was like, don't ever underpay the person that's protecting your life. So everyone was like, okay, that makes sense. But it's very fascinating.
Wow.
I'm 28-year-old female, found out that my 26-year-old male partner created a whole fake relationship with his past ex. They never even dated, according to her. She went to high school with him, but that's it. I've known about her since we started dating, and he showed me her on Facebook. He had a whole love story of their 2-year relationship before me and talks about her sometimes. He'd be like, LOL, me and Sarah used to argue about this. Sarah used to love this song. I brought Sarah here. Sarah was a nurse, but the long hours took a toll on us. She quit and became a teacher. He said they went to London, Chicago, lived together, loved going to the park together, had a picnic here, etc. I don't even know what to say. They never even dated. I haven't confronted him, but I'm very uncomfortable. Also, she's a stripper and has been since 2019. Wait, what? Oh, okay, because he said she's a nurse and is now a teacher, but like, what? What was the last one? That's really weird. Here's what I think happened, okay? I think it's one of 2 things. Either he has an inferiority complex and maybe he feels like you're way too hot for him, so he's coming up with like this backstory, because even to be like, oh, I brought my ex here, that's a really weird inferiority complex thing to do. Imagine you brought me somewhere and you were like, I brought my ex here.
No, that's
like, why would you say that? Why would you say that? Oh, my ex used to love this song. Why would you say that? I feel like he has an inferiority complex and he's trying to be like, look at this hot girl that I dated. Like, for 2 years we moved in together and she's like a nurse and a teacher now. Or this is maybe his first relationship ever. And he feels insecure telling you that he's never been in a relationship.
I think so.
But that's pretty extreme that he kept making it up and being like, yeah, she used to love... We used to fight about that. Oh, that's creepy. That's creepy. That's creepy. I don't know. That's creepy.
So what are people saying on this?
Oh, they're saying he's like a serial killer.
What?
Yeah, they're saying he's a pathological liar, narcissist, breakup level, creepy, fucking weird,
I wonder,
manipulative.
what's the psychology behind that? Just like you said?
Delusional.
Jesus, people are using the worst of the worst description
like,
on this guy.
He's a gaslighter, delusional, manipulative, narcissistic, psychopath, serial killer, Ted Bundy-esque, having ass bitch.
Are you serious?
No, really, yeah.
What? I feel like I've heard worse.
Me too.
But this guy, what is going on here?
I feel like all the other guys have been so much worse.
I feel like the first guy is probably way worse.
Yeah, but then, no, yeah. Either he's a liar or he has a tenuous grip on reality. This man is unhinged. That's what they're saying. Yeah, I think it's weird, but I guess I didn't think it was that nefarious. I thought it was more like insecurity, inferiority complexes.
Yeah, probably needs some help, but
Yes, but I didn't think he's like Ted Bundy, pathological liar. Maybe he is. What do I know? I suck
like okay, I don't think
at
it's
picking red flags. And also, there's no mention of any other lies.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think if she were like, oh, this is the 10th lie I've caught him in. He also lied about this.
Yeah, it is a little weird. I feel like he needs some help, but
Yeah. Like I'd be a little scared.
yeah, I'd be a
But
little.
I don't know if I'd be like, hello, Mindhunters? Also, how did you talk to Sarah?
Probably Facebook or something. Yeah.
Yeah, how do you bring this up? By the way, I talked to your ex-girlfriend. And then he's like, oh, that's something she would say.
What?
Wait, watch if the ex-girlfriend is crazy. Watch if they actually did date.
Oh, plot twist.
Plot twist. Imagine if
that's
they
good.
actually did date and Sarah's like, you know what? Let me just...
Just fuck with her. Oh, that's good.
That's a good thriller. That's a good
that's a
thriller.
good
Who would
one.
you trust, right?
Oh yeah.
Or maybe you trust Sarah because you gotta, right? You're like, oh, girls supporting girls, I trust her. I found the word divorce in my husband's yearly goal section of his life goals notebook.
That's me.
Oh, this is very cream puff.
Ooh.
Mm. Oh. Oh.
How is it?
You know what's so good about this? It's not too sweet. The cream puff, the cream part, doesn't taste like sugar. It tastes like strawberry milk. Try it. It's so good. It's like creamy but milky. It's strong on the milk taste, like 딸기 우유 taste. Doesn't it taste like strawberry milk?
That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. I don't understand. We, 29-year-old female and 33-year-old male, have been happily married for 3 years, about to try for a baby together. He had a job opportunity overseas that he really wanted, but I told him I wasn't going to accept leaving home and basically uprooting my life. He said he was over it and he stopped talking about the job opportunity. I found the word divorce while looking at his yearly goal section of his new life goal notebook that he got a month ago. This was the biggest shock of my life so far. I haven't brought it up yet, and I don't know why. I feel awful, just completely shocked. I can't even look him in the face, especially when he's acting like nothing is wrong. I'm also afraid of what he might be planning to do. I sense a shaky future and unstable life already.
Yikes.
I'm so devastated right now.
But why would he write it down? That's
Maybe-
so bizarre.
He's really like got a one-track
Like,
mind.
I just think about it, but I never write it down, you know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. Like murder, life insurance policy. I just think about it.
Yeah.
I don't write it down. Yeah, it's weird.
That's weird.
But then you do hear about people who like commit a crime and they have a to-do list before their crime.
True.
Maybe he genuinely has like a one-track mind, where he's like, you know what? I should write
Yeah.
this down.
It's dumb as hell.
And he wrote it in the goals section. He's like skimming through all the, where should I put this? My 5-year plan, my 1-year plan, my goals. That's a good one.
Vision board.
Divorce attorney.
Yeah, what do you do?
I would just confront you.
What do you mean confront? I think she needs to pull a Gone Girl.
You're so unserious.
Now she knows his plan. She's just gotta use that to her advantage.
Oh, she's gotta text a picture of this to her friend and be like, I'm scared. I don't know what he's gonna do to me. And then disappear. Yes, she's gotta text this to all of her friends, take a picture of it and go, I don't know, I just found this in his notebook. I don't know what to do. I'm scared. If something happens to me, and then hang up.
Yeah, she could totally use this to her advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. You know what she should do? Go to every family attorney, the top rated ones, pay them a $1, put them on retainer. Yeah. I don't know if they'll do that or if that's how it works, but I think so. Oh, she should do something crazy. Yeah, she should kill him. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but that's really freaky.
What should she do, right? So knowing that's what's going on, you think she should try to save the marriage, or she should just be like...
Oh, no.
She should just
Yeah.
get ahead of him.
Yeah, I would get ahead of him.
Definitely break up with him before he
Yeah.
does.
Okay, I think there's saving the marriage if one partner brings it up and is like, I've been thinking about this. And I've been really, like, going through it. And we should get counseling. But if he's just writing in his... like, this is giving me... What do you call this in history class? World War II heart. Like, that's...
Yes.
Like, goals. Divorce. Heart.
Star emoji.
Star emoji. smiley face, dollar sign. Like, what are you doing? He's like in his own little la la land. No, yeah. Divorce him, get ahead, gone girl him, get the best divorce attorneys, and you smack him with the divorce papers. I also think you should act like you never saw it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Smack him with the divorce papers and be like, it's really hard to live with someone who's only 5 inches, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like you're not enough man for me. He'll be thinking about this for the rest of his life. I just found a folder on my boyfriend's laptop that's exclusively pictures of me. What do I do? That's not that bad.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's literally my phone. It's like one post, 50 photos. One post, 50 photos.
And then this is me on the other end. Again, did you get it? Did you get it?
And then every day,
Again.
there's a new photo album created by Apple. Memories from last week.
Memories from Seoul, and it's just me.
Memories from Rotten Mango photo launch. Very shoot.
Okay, my boyfriend died. No, my laptop died. My laptop died. So my boyfriend let me use this for some classwork while mine charged. And I was trying to download some stuff from my PowerPoint and I saved it to the wrong folder. It saved to a folder called recipes. And I was like, damn, I'll just delete it later or something. But when I opened the folder recipes to access the picture, I found a folder that was literally picture after picture after picture of me. You would think it'd be cute, right? Except we've been only dating for 3 weeks. And there's hundreds of pictures of me, including ones of me sleeping. We don't live together, obviously. He stays over once or twice, but he sleeps on my couch and not in my room. And some of the pictures in the folder are all the way back from when I was 15. I don't know. I'm just kind of freaked out by this.
Wait. What do you mean 15?
Probably pulled from social media. I'm assuming, unless he's like a creepy stalker.
I think it's important to know if these photos were gathered before they're dating or after they started dating. If it's before, then this is a Netflix show. He's just like really obsessive, I guess.
I don't know, I'm just kind of freaked out by this. I made sure to delete the file I saved to the folder, but it really rubbed me the wrong way, and now I'm freaked out. What do I do? Edit. No, I haven't really known him that long. I met him like 2 months ago after a nasty breakup with my ex when he moved onto the same floor as me. Whoa. Edit 2. So I got freaked out by the old pictures and decided to try and figure out where he got them. I'm not particularly active on social media, but my parents are. A bunch of the ones I saw in the folder look like pictures from my parents' social media. Mostly I was tagged in them. So hopefully that's better, but I still told him I'm sick today and I can't hang out, so I have time to figure out what to do. Also, there's like 2 of me sleeping in there, and the ones are pretty recent because I recognize the outfits in them, and they're from the nights when I had my friends over drinking and stuff. So I knew that he was in my apartment on those nights, but I always leave him on the couch when he passes out drunk. Unfortunately, this is very real, and I'm kind of freaked out because this is some shit that you see on TV, and I'm trying to be as vague as possible because I'm worried he might find out that I know before I'm ready. I'm gonna be talking to a lawyer or something. So I'm quickly realizing that letting him sleep on my couch was a choice. I just never really thought about it because it's always been nights where all of my friends and I were drinking pretty heavily, so when people ask to stay, I don't think twice about it because some of them live across town and I don't want them driving. Admittedly, I'm a lightweight, so when he's been drinking and asks if he can stay or asks if he can pass out on my couch, I just leave him be, and he's usually up and out and cooking the next morning. I think it's weird that he moved on to the same floor too. What if it was planned?
What if he's like saving all these photos? One day, like, you know, this proposal video?
But that 3 weeks in, you're already prepping a proposal video? 3 weeks in, that's creepier, no?
Yeah.
Maybe he's like trying to do like a Peggy, 100 days.
100 days, surprise.
Anniversary, PowerPoint.
We've been together for 100 days. Here's all the photos I took of you.
Do you guys want to know something crazy? This is so big in Asia. She might kill me for exposing this, okay? On Tiffany's phone.
Oh, yeah.
You can do widgets. You know how you can do widgets, right? She has a widget of how many days her and Paul have been dating.
Yeah.
How many days?
Yeah, it's very big in the Asian culture.
Yes. In
people
Korean
celebrate
culture too.
100 days is a huge deal, right?
100 days is huge.
It's very cute. It reminds me of like high school. Like,
Yes.
oh my god, here's a handwritten note for a 1 week dating anniversary.
Yeah, and then like 1 month.
Yeah. And us over here, oh my god.
Oh my god, what do you want to do for anniversary?
Oh.
Do you want to eat anything special? No?
Do you expect a surprise this year?
Do you want something? Or You can pick it up,
You
right?
still want flowers?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine, right?
Are we still not married yet?
Okay, my wife and her best friend accused me of having an affair and then got angry when I wasn't having an affair. What?
My wife and her best friend?
Yeah, so he's a 31-year-old male, and my wife, a 29-year-old female, had a baby last December. It was a traumatic birth, and my wife developed postpartum depression. While she was originally going to go back to work after the birth, she's been struggling enough that she decided to wait until our daughter was a year old and reassesses. She's been going to therapy weekly. With my wife home full-time, I've had to work increased hours. This is something that we've discussed prior to making this decision, and she knew this from the start. A few weeks ago, my boss approached me about a project that would require a lot of overtime in a short amount of time. It would be both great financially and for my career. I talked to my wife about it, and she agreed that I should say yes to my boss. For the 4 weeks I'd be working on this, my mother-in-law and her best friend, my wife's best friend, Jessie, 29-year-old female, fake name, would come help out with some of the duties that I typically do. Jessie is a stay-at-home mom with a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, so she began coming over during the day and would watch the kids with my wife. 3 weeks into the project, it became clear that we'd need a few more weeks to get it together. I went home that night, I talked to my wife about it, and she said, okay, that's fine. But then she would start getting very cold in the days after. It wasn't unusual behavior because, you know, the past couple of months, but I just didn't think anything about it, and I tried not to take it personally. During the last week of the project, I got home one night and I saw that Jessie is still at the house. I didn't think much. Why are you smiling? You creep. Why are you smiling? You creep. He's looking at me and smiling, you f***ing creep. Okay, focus not on my eyes, focus on the story. I see Jessie still at the house and I don't think much about it, and I said hi to her and my wife, and then went to go check on our daughter.
What?
Stop smiling at me!
Okay. Can you rewind a little?
You weren't paying attention. You weren't paying attention. Do you want to die? Why weren't you paying attention?
So he got a new job?
I'll fucking kill you. I'll kill you right now. I'm gonna put murder on my goals, okay? Murder on my goals!
Sorry. Okay, he got a new job?
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, seriously?
Seriously? He said yes to the boss. Yeah, I think I blanked out. It's probably menopause.
Really menopause.
But guys, I've been getting hot flashed this whole trip.
Guys, okay, so the Korean ajashis don't like AC in the car. A lot of Koreans don't
Not
like
just AC, it's just everywhere.
Yeah.
Every indoor we go into, it's like the temperature is just a little warm, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not just Koreans. Your sister doesn't like car AC either.
Yeah.
It's very
I know.
fascinating, yeah.
I get hot. But I've been having hot flashes.
Yeah, every time we get into a car and there's no AC, he goes, I'm gonna gag. And then he starts lifting up his pants. And he starts lifting up his shirt. And it's very hard to open the window because the Korean ajashis get really mad about that too because the air is so polluted. So like, he's just like, I'm gonna gag. I'm gonna throw up. And he starts panting and he's looking at me like, do you feel, is it hot? Is it hot or is it just me? And I'm like, it's just you. I've got like 3 sweaters on. This is perfect for me. I'm in my prime.
Yeah, it's weird.
Anyway, her best friend comes to help with the kids.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the project's taking longer than he thinks it'll take. One day he come home, wife is mad. He's like, why wife mad? I'm not gonna take it personal. Jessie home.
Who's Jessie?
The friend!
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he comes home during the last week of the project. I got home one night and I saw that Jessie was still at the house. I didn't think much of it. I said hi to her and my wife, and then I went to go check on our daughter. Before I could go into my daughter's room, I heard Jessie say something along the lines of, he doesn't even stop to greet you. Definitely a sign.
Oh,
no. Oh, freaking no. Okay, I used to have, not friends, I used to know people that tried to like plant seeds in my head about this relationship.
You think it's planting seeds or they genuinely think?
I think they genuinely think.
Oh, like the dude is like
Yeah.
a cheating.
So it makes me either believe like they've been very traumatized in relationships, or maybe they are in a very toxic relationship currently, or they thrive on drama. They thrive on a situation. Because I also think those are the same friends that like to go home and that's their relationship consists of them being like, I think Stephanie's boyfriend is cheating on her because A, B, C, and D, and then the husband is like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I turned around and asked what was the sign. Immediately, my wife starts crying, and Jessie starts accusing me of having an affair. She told me that I must hate my wife because she has PPD, and I'm not attracted to her because she gained weight from the pregnancy. Neither of these things are true. I'm trying my best to help my wife through her PPD while supporting our family. I think she looks great how she is right now. She just hasn't wanted to have sex, and I haven't pushed. Jessie then demanded to see my phone. I told her no. She told me that's a sign that I'm guilty. I told my wife that I would let my wife see my phone if she wanted to. She nodded, and something inside me broke. I guess it was the thought that she actually believed I was having an affair that really got to me, and that she didn't trust me after everything we've been through. Well, she looked through the phone and there was no evidence. Jessie started saying that I deleted the evidence. She started screaming and woke up our daughter, so I told her to get out of the house. Eventually she left, and I went to calm our daughter since my wife was still on the couch crying. When my daughter was asleep again, I sat down by my wife and I tried talking to her about what's been happening. She told me that she's been worried ever since I started working all that overtime. I told her we talked about how good of an opportunity it was, and she agreed to let me take on this project. She said it was very suspicious to increase the length of the project. I told her that sometimes that happens. She wanted more evidence, so I showed her messages and emails with timestamps from work and pay stubs showing the overtime. She said she believed me and was sorry for doubting me. It was just that Jessie had been telling her that these were all the signs that I was cheating. I asked her why she believed Jessie more than me and why she didn't come to me with her concerns. She didn't have a real answer. It's been a couple of weeks and the project is over. I actually scaled back and I'm trying to work a little less than what I was working before the project so I can spend more time with my wife and daughter. But I just feel so burnt out trying to do everything, and I'm becoming resentful because in the back of my mind, I know that my wife doesn't trust me. And I ask myself, what happens the next time I have a project? Or I have to run errands one day? Or if I have a business trip, am I going to come back every single time to accusations that I'm cheating? I've tried bringing it up a couple times, but my wife tells me that it's not the time or that she's tired or sad. I try to be mindful of her feelings, but I wonder if that means that I can never have any of my own. I'm not sure what to do here. Any advice on how to move forward? Oh my god, it gets worse. Okay, update. That night that I approached my wife and told her that I was going to find a therapist, I didn't connect it to her. So he was telling her that he's going to get a therapist. He's telling his wife. I didn't connect it to her accusations or anything. I just said that I was having a tough time and needed therapy. She shrugged and told me to do whatever. Next day I get home from work and our room and my home office were ripped apart. Things everywhere, important papers scattered. I don't see her, but our daughter's in her room crying. My wife left her alone. Her cell phone is off. I called my in-laws and a few friends, but no one's seen her. I'm starting to get worried, and I called my mom to see if she can babysit while I go out and look for her. Before my mom got here, my wife gets back. Jessie is the one driving.
Oh my god.
This Jessie girl is not a good person. I think what she's doing is so bad, the mom, but I've heard really, really scary things about PPD.
Yeah.
Like things that the most stable, happy, incredible, loving people, and they get hit with PPD, it's like they can't even explain it. They don't even feel like themselves. I mean, just think about the crazy hormones that you're going through.
Why do I feel like Jessie is the reason?
One.
Yeah, is the cause of all of this.
She's like planting seeds.
She's making things worse and worse and worse.
And
I feel like they are doing, both parties were doing somewhat right things, like communicating, trying to work out things, but I feel like Jessie's playing a big role in this.
And I think Jessie's the up one, because if my friend had PPD and she's like, I'm going to leave the house, you drive, I'd be like, okay, I'm either going to call my mom or I'm going to make sure your kid is being watched. Something's going to happen. We're not leaving your kid at home because what are you doing? Jessie doesn't come in because she hasn't been back in the house since I kicked her out because she's offended by my behavior. But my wife comes in the house. She is clearly upset and she's been crying. I ask what happened. I thought at first the house might have been robbed. She starts screaming at me that I'm being unfaithful and that therapy is a front so I can meet my mistress. I try to calm her down and I tell her that's not true, but she came at me and she hit me. She broke my nose. I think she kind of realized what she did, and she sat down on the couch and went comatose, just stared at the wall. I went into my daughter's room and locked the door, called my mom to tell her what happened, and my mother-in-law to ask her to come over and take care of my wife. I packed a bag for my daughter, and when my mom got there, we left. My wife didn't even look up. We dropped my daughter off with my dad, and then went to urgent care for my nose. My daughter and I are staying with my parents for a while, and my wife's staying with hers. I am looking into getting a restraining order against Jessie. My wife and I are separating. I love her, but I won't live with someone who hurts me and who could potentially hurt our daughter. I'm not going forward with the divorce yet, with the hopes that my wife will get the treatment she needs and we can work things out. My in-laws told me that they're looking at inpatient treatment at a local hospital, but I also have everything well documented in case of an eventual custody battle. My heart's broken because I know this isn't my wife, this is a sickness in her mind. But I need to keep myself and our daughter safe and give her the space to recover. Whoa.
Whoa.
My wife passed
What?
early Monday morning. Update. Convinced by her friend Jessie that I was having an affair that I did not have, she had a mental break, which resulted in my taking our infant daughter and staying with my parents for a while. She was with her parents, who planned on taking her to the hospital for inpatient treatment on Monday. On Sunday night, she came to my parents' house and demanded I give her our daughter. Because she had left her alone for several hours the last time she was responsible for her and had gotten physical with me, I refused. I offered to let her come in and spend some time with our daughter while my parents and I were present, but she didn't want to come in. She wanted to take our daughter with her. She was upset, but she left eventually, and a few hours later, she drove her parents' car into a tree and died. The friend Jessie came to see my daughter and me yesterday. After some tears, she told me that she was planning to speak at my wife's funeral. She had already cleared it with my in-laws, but was letting me know as a courtesy. I told her she would not be speaking at the funeral. We fought, and she left after telling me that I was an asshole and not the only person who loved my wife. I talked to my in-laws, who are adamant that Jessie be allowed to speak. She and my wife knew each other since they were kids, and my in-laws are very close with her. We're all very fragile right now, and I fear that pushing this further would hurt my relationship with my in-laws, which I don't want. Still, the thought of seeing Jessie up there at my wife's funeral makes me sick. I don't think I can stand to listen to her knowing that she took joy in my wife's deteriorating mental health and picked up my wife, leaving my daughter home alone. That being said, I don't trust myself to make the best decisions right now. My mind is clouded by grief, guilt, and fear. My parents are split on what to do, and I don't have the energy to reach out to my friends, so I'm coming here again to ask for your advice. Thank you. Okay, I don't even know how to process this. I'm just gonna read some of the comments. Jessie sounds like someone who loves misery or is jealous of the obviously good spouse the original OP was and is. Like, what does she gain from this?
Just because you grew up with someone doesn't mean they are the right friend for you.
Or that they actually care about you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, there's a million ways you can help your friend get through PPD than trying to, create more doubts. And, it's just so evil and so nasty.
I would imagine if I had a friend who was suffering from PPD and I suspected that her husband was cheating on her.
Yeah.
First of all, I wouldn't say anything. To her, at least. In that moment, I would probably bring it up later, but I think my main focus would be on her. And I feel like I would try to encourage, if I was already that close to that friend, try to encourage the couple to go on double dates or offer to watch the kids while they go on a date.
Or just, yeah. I think
try to
communicate and things like that. Just be open. But she's egging her on and...
Yeah, and I imagine that her PPD was probably pretty bad.
Yes.
When she brought up the cheating allegation.
Yes.
So I don't think that she should have even brought it up in that. I think there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
And I don't think that this was the time or the place. And even if you suspect it, there's a different way of bringing it up to be like, hey, I think...
No, she's not bringing it up. She's
planting.
Exactly. She's trying to start something.
Yeah, it's not even, hey, my friend saw your husband at the park with this girl. It's, oh, these are signs on Google.
Wow, that is so evil.
Jessie is probably projecting her own insecurities from past traumas onto the wife. I have a feeling she's getting divorced or breaking up with her boyfriend and she wants company in her misery. Jessie is the classic stay-at-home mom stereotype of bored and frustrated lady that has a sad marriage but can't financially survive on her own, so she spends her days being toxic on mommy groups or just being a f***ing Karen to poor retail employees. Some people say I don't know if this is true, this sounds kind of sexist. It's a well-known phenomenon for divorced women to try and get their friends to divorce. but she's an evil person. She pushed a diagnosed high-risk mentally ill woman into borderline psychosis. Yeah, like, there is no excuse for the violence of breaking his nose, but the fact that she went comatose, that's not normal. Like, I don't think that that's someone that's, oopsie, I did something wrong, so I'm gonna get away from my responsibilities by sitting here. This person needs help. This woman has 2 children of her own and didn't think it was a problem to leave an infant alone? Oh, PPD is terrifying. Your brain goes for a long ride for a while and it isn't coming back anytime soon. You feel an enormous amount of anxiety with no identifiable cause, and your brain begins making up scenarios to explain why you suddenly feel like the world is ending. Oh, that makes sense. I guess your hormones are so imbalanced, but there's no real reason for your anxiety, so your brain is like, I need to come up with a reason in order for this anxiety to make sense. Because your brain is like, there's this anxiety, it must come from something.
Yeah.
But it's just hormone imbalance because you just gave birth.
And then you have a friend next to you telling you he's cheating.
Yeah. I believed firmly that CPS was going to take my daughter away. They were not. I was a very good mom, but I was overwhelmed by anxiety every single minute, and the CPS thing was this explanation that made the world make sense in my brain. That's the terrifying thing about a delusion. It's attractively logical. It solves all the anxious moments and thinking errors. To have someone feeding those suspicions is how you get those murder stories you hear about every once in a while.
And you know what's so f***ed up about this one? The best friend is probably gonna speak at the funeral and act like she's the support group. She's like the person that almost saved her.
And then she's gonna sit there and weep and everyone's gonna come pat her on the back.
And she probably genuinely think she's such a nice person.
And she's literally gonna get...
She probably not gonna live with any guilt. That's the f***ed up part.
Yeah, how do you do that to someone with PPD? I think that's gonna be it for today's video because we're getting into a food coma and that was very depressing. What are your thoughts on these Reddit posts? People are very scary out there. So please stay safe, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to check out HelloFresh, linked in the description, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!